Using the IMF,
Yeah,
ECB.
opposing the IMF bailout, because I think it's a disgrace the way the people didn't have it, their say. So my way of expressing my anger and going on the hunger strike is reflecting what is to come, basically, if this deal goes through. People will go hungry, people will starve, people on social welfare have been hit drastically. I said to myself, sitting at home, what's the point in sitting at home? I have to get out and do something. I have to get out and show my face, and show my anger and express my anger. I came up on Monday morning, I fasted all Sunday, stayed here Sunday night, yesterday, last night in the cold, and I feel proud that I could actually, as an Irishman, get up and stand up to these robbers, because that's all they are, they're traitors, they're selling us out. The people don't want this bailout, there's other alternatives. If I went bust, who's going to bail me out? So why should us as the Irish people have to bail them out and then suffer the consequences? The low earners, the working class people. These are earning. A guy came up here now, and it was my first time outside the Dáil, and I felt like I was in Hollywood or somewhere. The amount of wealth going in and out of them gates is phenomenal. I couldn't believe, I didn't even think I was in Ireland. The money going from across the road to the pub, from back there, falling out drunk at 1 o'clock this morning, out of there, like. You know, they have no respect for anyone. Not one TD came up to me, by the way, to see that I was on hunger strike and asked me was I alright. Not one of them. They all turned their heads. The only TD that I had that to say to last night was Jackie Healy-Rae, because he's a traitor. I saw him crossing the road, going into the pub, and I shouted, "Jackie!" And the guards will even be proof of this. I didn't cause any disturbance at all. And he turned around and I said, "You're a fucking traitor." Excuse my language. It's exactly what I said. He turned his head around and walked back in, as proud as punch. Now, Brian Cowan is a total careless man to the emotions of the Irish people, and he proved that on national TV. RTE are a back foot for Fianna Fáil, and they're a part of the reason why the country is the way it is. I mean, we all had to tune into BBC and Sky News to see the confirmation that the IMF are going to intrude our country. You know, why should we have to do that? They're a state-owned broadcaster. Now, I'm not paying my television licence anymore. They can bring me to court, they can lock me up, they can do what they want. There's people out there getting time for urinating on the streets, for not paying their TV licence, and these are blatantly robbing us. Okay, I've been talking to a few Gardaí and they're saying they don't want it either. But because I said to them, look, you're defeating the purpose of even being in uniform on the day, like protest, protecting a bunch of robbers. And they basically just said, well, it's the law, it's the law now, they can't go on strike. So the whole thing is to me a dictatorship and a regime, and we're suffering and we're powerless, we can't do anything. But what I think can be done is, we the people have the power. We're more powerful than they are and they don't even realise it. We can cause a national strike. We can cause mayhem throughout the country and send them running. Create our own system, a fresh system. Clean everyone's ICB. I know it's a big thing to do, you know. Wipe everyone's bad credit history and start a fresh economy. Therefore, more businesses, more loans, new jobs. Get them out. We don't want them. I don't want them. 5% of the people, the population in Ireland probably want them, because they're all members of Fianna Fáil families. But me now, I have to say I'm a proud Irishman for starving myself for 3 days as a reflection to show that there will people be starving in the coming years in Ireland. So thanks very much anyway for having the interview.
Thank you. I didn't have to ask you any questions. That was great. Thanks. So what alternative do you see to the government? I mean, if you get Fianna Fáil out, isn't this the big problem?
Fianna Gael is going to come in then, they're just as bad.
Yeah.
You know, they're
so
all
what's
making
the
a
real
reason
alternative? What do you think?
Well, I think there should be an independent electorate put in, the people's electorate, you know. Bring in a national accountancy firm to handle our economy until the people reach an alternative vote for certain TDs. Because, to be honest, I can't trust any of them. I can't trust any party, like, you know. The only party I'm kind of starting to swing towards is the United Left Alliance People Before Profit. I went to a couple of their meetings and I agree with some of the things they're saying. They're calling for a national strike, which we need. But I don't trust any politician that's in that building behind me. I've seen them. I've seen them the last few days. I've witnessed them. I've seen them on telly. Bertie Hearn drove out last night. I got mad I didn't get a chance to see him. He drove out with his wife. out of the Dáil.
What time is that?
That was at about half 11 with his wife. I'll jump into the car, it'll be grand. He was driving actually. That man, he destroyed the country. He didn't know where 40 grand went like. I forget where 40,000 euro went. Who would forget 40,000 euro? That's life-changing money, like, you know what I mean? And then he hands it over, excuse me language, to a waster of a man in there that haven't a clue that is supposedly he's supposed to be a barrister. I don't know whether to believe it or not. And he was finance minister at the time, and now he has. Look what the two of them are after doing to this country. They're after destroying us. And Europe, in my view, is watching, and the world is watching and waiting for Ireland to stand up and fight back against these. We don't need violence, right? But you're back at the hungry dog into a corner and you'll bite and attack. And I feel like I've been backed into a corner, and the majority of the Irish people have been backed into a corner here. You know, what do you do when you fight back? You know, what do? We get out on the streets, we be heard. It's
There's not that many people on the streets. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of people who'd like to give you credit and say thanks for coming out and making a stand. But where is everyone else? Why aren't there more people on the street?
Well, yeah, because we're living in fear, basically. We're too used to taking it on the chin. You know, I'll leave it off, we take another hit, like, you know. You see what they done to the students, what happened the day of the students, you know. RTE again, putting in their own footage to please the people and to please Fianna Fáil. Now, I know I seen a video that was uploaded on YouTube, and I seen exactly what happened, which was wrong. Okay? People are living in fear and they're isolating themselves at their home, worried about money, their mortgages, worried about surviving on a day-to-day basis. Like myself, I had a job, I done my apprenticeship, and there's no work. I'm sending CVs out every day. I'm going to force. I'm trying my damnedest hardest because I have 2 kids, and like as a man, I want to be a role model. You know, I have to be the role model. You know, there's no work in the country. Like, people are living in fear. That's why the majority of the people get to your question why they won't come out, because they're afraid in case they lose their job. You know.
Well, listen, thanks very much and well done.
Yeah,
and when are you going to conclude your fast?
It's finished today.
Okay. Well, listen,
today.
Congratulations and good on you. Will you be supporting this when there's no legal basis for the non-guaranteed senior bondholders to be paid? How can you be supporting this? Come on, you had plenty to say when you wanted to be voted in, but you're nothing to say now.